Cruel, cruel, cruel. I apologize to you guys. That wasn't device error that time. That was user error. We'll see if we can get some of you back here. I'll give it a few minutes here, picking up some gear around the shop. See, we got a couple people trickling in. My apologies if you just came from the last 2-minute stream. Elijah, hey buddy. Brian. Okay. I think we should be here for good this time. So far, it's been device and internet error. This last time that I just cut you off was my error. My error. So we should be going. We got a fully charged phone. The phone picks up Wi-Fi here better than anything else. I'm not touching nothing. We're going to leave everything just as it is. See if we can get through this. As long as we don't have any internet drops or anything like that, as long as my phone does well, we should be good. So thanks for chiming in this evening. I apologize for all that mess last week. And we're not doing much better this week so far, but I think I had 4 or 5 streams last week. Whew. What a mess, what a mess. We'll figure it out, we'll figure it out. But I do really love these live streams. Of course, I got to get out of the house on a Saturday night, come down here to the shop, get all set up. But it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. Andrew's back here. Michael's here. Tim, hey Tim. I'll have to check in that for you, Tim, buddy. Hey Angel, Andrew T, Tom, Dave, Sylvain. Hope you're all having a great week and a great weekend. If you could hit the like button there right now. Just tack the like button and that will just let YouTube know that there's a live stream that people are enjoying. Can send a few more people here. That would be great. Hey Kathleen. Hope you all had a good week. We had a great week here of business, a great week in the shop. I spent latter part of the week in my office, I believe, at least Friday, all day Friday and a bunch of today. In my office, just pushing. If you head over to the website, knknives.ca or KyleKnowsWeather.com, both of those web addresses will bring you to the same website. You'll notice I've got a fully redesigned website. Been putting a bunch of work in there, studying up on it and figuring out some new tricks and stuff. I'm getting a little aged now, but I can still learn new tricks. But I'm real happy with how the site is going. I've got some more pages there that are underway, ways for you to access certain services as well without, just to streamline it. Because my data shows that a very large percentage of people get to me by Googling my work first, Googling my name, Googling my work, and that's how they come up with how to contact me, that type of thing. And so I'm trying to make that funnel streamlined so that if you end up on my website, there's no question with how to get a hold of me for sharpening or how to buy a knife, how to reach my custom work. Just trying to make it smooth and streamlined for you guys and for the general public. Some of you guys, of course, you've got me almost, some of you guys got my cell number where you can shoot me a text. Some of you I've got on Facebook Messenger, and we're regularly, every day I post on the K&I's Facebook page. A lot of the same guys are commenting everything. So some of you guys have quick access to me, but I'm trying to figure out for all those people who just don't know how to get a hold of me, just trying to make that easy, trying to funnel those people in if they need help. Edward Hayer, long time since I've seen your name, buddy. Been a little while. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Four Feathers. Mr. Stapleton here. Real nice, real nice. Again, if you could go ahead and hit the like button, that would be great. Now, last week, I was not able to pull off a sensible stream. I was not able to pull off a sensible live stream. I think I had got through 4 or 5 streams. It kept closing out. We lost the internet, just a bunch of issues. This week I'm hoping for a good stream, but I'm going to get it in before in the first live stream, which was seamless. I did a knife giveaway. Okay, so I picked someone that was on the stream that night, contacted them to give them a knife. That's the second knife given away so far this year. I've got a third one to give away, and here's how it's going to go. I have a KN Knives Google page. So if you go to google.com, you search KN Knives, you should find, without too much trouble, although it is relatively new, so it might not be top ranked right yet, but you should be able to find KN Knives. And if you find that business page right there on Google, it'll let you leave a review. Let me see. I think I can switch this camera around. Let's see here. Here it is, right here. So I go to Google, KN Knives. Here's my page and my information. You see this right here? 8 Google reviews. Most of those were left this weekend by some beautiful clients of mine. I really appreciate it. But anyone who leaves a review here for the next few weeks, if you've got my, if you own a KN knife, anyone who leaves a Google review, leave your name there. I believe I can reach you through that avenue, and I will pick out of those to give you a brand new KN Knives product. Brand new knife. So at the end of the month, or like I said, in the next couple of weeks, I don't have a hard deadline yet, probably mid-February, something like that. I'll give it a couple weeks. Then we'll do another one, probably after that. But you can head to that page, leave a Google review, and rank it. Make sure you leave your name there. It gives you the option to leave your name. Make sure you do that so I can pick one. I'll do a random draw out of those, whatever it ends up being. Right now there's 8 Google reviews. I really appreciate every one of those 8. But I want to build that page and get it top ranking there on the Google site. So that would be great. Even if you did it right now, without turning off the stream, of course. But you will be entered to win. And if you don't care, if you're one of those people, sometimes I do giveaways and some people say, I don't care, I don't need another knife. Give it to someone else. I'd still like your review. That would be great if I could get, I want all the reviews I can get. Let's see. C-Note, how you getting on tonight? Greetings from Hare Bay. Welcome, sir. I'm doing quite well this evening. Nice and cool here. What a weird winter, though. We have no snow here. Like, almost nothing. Just ice and dirt right now. Ice and dirt. Brad King, welcome. Four Feathers. You like my restoration videos, knife builds? Thanks so much. That's something I'm really trying to help out with the new website rebuild, as I'm working on some pages to help funnel in people for the restoration work. Because sometimes they just don't know where to go. And that's my fault. I have not created a nice streamlined funnel for people to get my help. That's on me, but I'm trying to change it. Daniel Porter, thank you, sir. Couple new knife designs coming. If anyone wants to get on like on a pre-build list for that, the first model is coming out very, very soon. Like before end of February will probably be released. I'm real excited for that. Elijah, what if you have one of my knives on the way? Well, you can, if you want, you can wait till you get it. $73% off. I don't think I can help you there. That's hard margins to work with. So you guys would go to Google, just go to google.com and just Google KN Knives, and it should pop up right on the side. I'm not logged in. I'm kind of on like a, I'm not logged into my standard account here, but I can still, when I Googled it, it popped up right at the top on the side, just like with almost any Google business. So you're not going to my personal website, you're going to Google and searching KN Knives, and it should come up right there on the side. Blair from Brooks, Alberta. Thanks for coming in this evening. Wondering if I've ever thought of a kukuri design with a Western hilted grip. I do not, as a general rule, like recurve blades. I don't really like them. I don't like grinding them, although I've reprofiled and stuff. I don't think I've ever built a recurve blade from scratch. Reprofile them, regrind, sharpen them, but I don't generally like them. Stephen, thanks for saying that. Again, looking for Google reviews. If you own a KN Knives product and you can comment an honest comment there, that would be awesome. I think it'll let you leave a review regardless, even if you've never owned a product, but I would prefer if you can actually pass, a valuable opinion on my work. The reviews left there so far, if you take a look, there's just been some beautiful things said. I really appreciate it. Those who have left, even took the time to upload a couple pictures with your review of your own products that you have there. Really, really nice. Stephen O'Rourke, greetings, sir, from Ontario. Yeah, happy to have you here to the Saturday Night Live. See no chances of a kitchen knife or chef's knife. I'm not going to be pounding anything out of railway spikes, but I do have plans. Out of my 2 minimum production knives that I have coming out this year, out of my 2 production knives I have coming this year, they're already picked out. Neither are kitchen knives, but I do intend to bring a couple kitchen knives into regular production this year. It may be a couple models that I've developed in years past that I'm still making on occasion for customers. I may just make those kind of a permanent production knife on the site, that type of thing. I may kind of develop a new pattern, we'll see. The 2 specific knives that I already have picked out and designed for this year, neither one of those are kitchen knives. Stephen, thanks so much. I think your time is here, buddy. If you're looking to purchase, any of you are on here and you're not familiar with my work, or you've never purchased anything before, if you go to knknives.ca, you will be able to see, you'll be able to check out my store there and be able to see what products is available. Paul's Finest. Oh, that's great. What an exciting thing. Tell us what stones you got. Don't leave us in the dark here. Want to know what you had coming in. Doug, buddy, I was just talking about you this week, I think. We were talking about, I was talking to Dad here. We were talking about something about church. Different churches around, different denominations, and your church, your denomination came up, and we were just talking about it briefly there. Andrew T, copy that chef knife that I sent you? Yeah, perhaps so, buddy. Perhaps so. I'm looking forward to seeing that one in person. Richter, how you doing, my friend? I've got you on my short list. I've got a new knife model, new knife pattern coming up within about a month or so, and I'd like to get one in your hands, sir. You want to shoot me an email, kyle@np-inc.ca. I'd love to get you to take a look, maybe put around a little content for me on it. Jingle Bells 96, what the two new designs will be geared towards. One will be geared towards everyday use, EDC type blade, multi-purpose type blade. The other one will be largely geared to hunting, meat processing, butchering, that type of thing. Bernard, hey. Oh, Doug, what are the chances of that? It's been what, maybe, I don't know, maybe a year since we've connected. And within the same week, we mentioned each other's names. It's funny. Chris, thank you, sir, for leaving a review. Appreciated. Yeah, Richter, get in contact, buddy. Chris Burner from Ontario. Hey, Chris, bud. Your knife is right behind me here on the bench. Right behind me here on the bench, sir. Brad, those stones, a Shapton Blue Black. Oh, that's a great, great stone. The 1000. Oh, you got my whole set. The All-Star set. Did you pick those out on your own, or did you pick those out under my advice? Because that, I've been talking about that for years. That's sort of my favorite setup. The Shapton, the Kuramaku Blue Black, gets you in the 300 grit range stone, high quality, premium quality. The 1000, and then the 4000, and then the Nanawa dressing stone in the Nagura. If you have that set up, all you'll ever need for pretty much anything, unless you're sharpening straight razors or something like that. But if you got that, you are set. Doug, you got rid of your social media? Okay. Yeah, I was saying just this week to my wife, I don't know what I was doing. Something was going on, and I needed to contact someone, and I just grabbed it and shot them a message. It wasn't even someone I was deeply connected to, and I just turned and I said, "What an incredible thing!" That, where one time it was, one time of course it was snail mail, but then it was even, you send off an email and you just kind of wait. You didn't know if they received it. You'd hope they received it. And even when I was like a teenager, it was MSN chat, and it was only if they happened to be logged on at the time that you could cross lines with them. And now it's just so, shoot a message. I can see whether they're active or not. I can see whether they've seen it. It's instant to their hands. I'm sure, of course, there's some downsides to that as well, but it's just a beautiful thing. And for someone like me who's in business for myself, and those contacts are so important, it's so good that I can, I'm working on a build here for 2 months for a client, and I get to a point where, I realize we didn't discuss pins, brass versus nickel. And I can just shoot a message, they see it within seconds, respond, and that issue is dealt with. I don't need to get on my computer and write an email. And it's a beautiful thing. Everything's so streamlined. Chris, I'm glad you're able to. It seems like the Saturday night stream works for a lot of people. If you could comment, some things are about to change in our family life and in my scheduling and stuff here, and I think within a little while it might switch to a Friday night live stream. Let me know if you could there now how many people that would just simply not work for. I get it, the nighttime works. I've done like daytime ones and morning ones before, Saturday morning in the workshop and stuff like that, but you cancel out a lot of people. Of course, anyone on the West Coast, you won't get them because it's so early there. But the nighttime seems to work, but I think I might have to switch to Friday night soon. Let me know if that's a big problem. Paul, how do you decide when you are going to freehand sharpen or just use the belts? Really, it comes down to client preference. I always ask, someone contacts me for sharpening. Usually the big question is price. Well, price depends on what type of an edge do you want. Do you want a factory style grind? When Dragonfly here. When Spyderco sends out a knife, they have a factory grind. It's probably a 300 grit belt, something like that, most factory edges, and they have tons of bite, really crisp, but they're not a polished edge. There's lots of striations in there. Is that are you just looking for a factory edge, or are you looking for a hand sharpened edge, a polished edge? And at this point, my sharpening is probably 50-50. Some people say, I don't care about the flash, I just want it sharp, just a good user knife. Fine, we'll take it to the grinding belts. It won't take me much time, so it won't cost you a lot of money. You'll have very functional, wicked sharp edge for a good price. And some people say, no, if I'm mailing it up from down in the States somewhere, I want hand-finished, polished edge. Well, just fine. Of course, you have to pay for that because the amount of effort that goes into a stone-finished edge like that, a hand-finished edge, is substantial. But that's how I decide. That's how I decide which method I'm going to use on a given knife. Have you thought about sending a blade to the Dutch bushcraft guys? No, I have not. I can't say I'm all too familiar with them. I know the name, I've heard of them before. I don't really know what they do. I guess they're in kind of blade testing. They do torture tests, that type of thing. Brad, I'm glad you took my advice there, buddy. Joey, MSN Messenger, yeah. Yeah, Doug, would have been hard to take in. I didn't get a cell phone until the year I was finishing high school and heading off to work. It wouldn't have worked in the town that I live in anyways, but Sean asking about heat treat. I have never worked with stainless. I've done 5160 high carbon, a carbon steel. That's just me letting you know it's a carbon steel in case you're not familiar with 5160. I've done 5160 and I have done 01. And I love 01. I'm not currently set up in heat treat for stainless, and it is a lot more finicky. And at this point, I just really love my 01 steel. I've got my heat treat dialed in. I love the properties. I love how nice it is. These high carbon steels, A2, D2, 01, these were the super steels of their day, and I think they're still in that category now, especially when you factor in ease of maintenance, ease of care, ease of sharpening. You can get a knife that holds an edge like no other, takes an edge like no other. There are super steels that can hold edges better, of course, but where you're going to pay there is the ease of sharpening and care for the customer. Dad and I were just talking about that this week. I was just explaining, steel concepts and how things go, and I was talking over, how important that is to me. A lot of times, and I've been sharpening professionally for a long time, much longer than I've been a knife maker. And so often I get it that a client purchases a knife and they really saved up for this special knife because everyone said, this knife is the knife to have, whether it's a Benchmade or a Chris Reeve or something a little more extravagant, pricey. And you gotta have this super steel, and they get it, and it's great for a while, and then it loses the edge, as all steels will. And even though they're fairly competent in sharpening themselves, they can't get an edge on them. And they'll email me out of frustration, I've got this knife wrecked here now because, I've always sharpened my own knives. I've got this Grail knife that I absolutely love, and I just can't get it sharp. I've tried and tried. I've got my stones half worn out trying to get an edge on this thing, and it just mediocre. I don't like that situation. I don't want that. And another thing you get a knife out in the woods, and you're processing a big animal, you're processing a moose, And doesn't matter what steel you have, it's gonna start to lose an edge sometime throughout the day. That just happens. The beauty of being able to easily maintain your knife edge is super important to me. I think I don't think that can be overstated. Dragon Water, I remember seeing your name around. You used to be in all the old live streams, buddy. Hey, Beer Hunter. Steven has taken a sabbatical from social media as well. Yeah, it's not bad. I've really cut out how much I just, the random scrolling. I've cut out a ton of that. And part of it just comes from being like ultra busy lately. I have taken to scheduling my knives almost every minute of the day almost is scheduled down to the minute. And I take a little bit of time, a half hour, 20 minutes maybe, each night to fully plan the day before. And I don't have time to scroll. And because our days are so booked, so regimented, when I book in family time, or time at the end of the day for my wife and I to spend together before going to bed, that has to be intentional, dedicated time. We don't want that, the two of us, like the cliche thing on each end of the couch, both with our phones glowing and our face scrolling. We don't want that, right? Deliberate and intentional. A sermon series that sticks with me. One of my old pastors preached like an 8-week sermon series or something, and everyone was deliberate and intentional about something. Deliberate and intentional. So I've always stuck to that line. Ariel, welcome to the live stream, sir. We have a Tuckamore here. Look at that grind. Isn't a Scandi grind so beautiful? It just matches the Tuckamore so nice too. In ancient oak, mammoth tooth, just beautiful. We have, what do we have here? We have another Tuckamore. This one is gorgeous as well. Also in Scandi. Look at that Scandi. And this is a sapel wood. Really, really beautiful figuring on that sapel. We have a burl inset right here. And then we have a natural curly maple. All polished brass hardware. Black G10 separators there. Forge finish. There you can see. Oh, look at that. There you can see that forge finish. I showed these. We just finished these up. Some of these are gone that I showed on the video. Some of them are still available. Okay, let me see if I can catch up here. Kyle, do you watch YouTube yourself? If so, what content do you like watching? I don't watch a ton of... I'm a big YouTube fan. Big. I could sit... If I had the time, I could sit and watch YouTube all day. I just love it. From one channel to the next. A lot of content I watch is business-related content, or I like watching like young guys like myself that are, mid-late 20s, early 30s, 40s, that kind of era, building businesses, and they're just on the grind. I find that really inspirational, and I pick up things from it. I really love Cletus McFarlane. I don't know if you guys, anyone here knows, because it's very different channel from my own. Really love Cletus McFarlane. Garrett Mitchell, just real inspiring as well. And over the past couple years here, having the garage open and watching their content and their mechanics, just a blast. So much fun. Richter, you really like that Warncliffe EDC, bud? I'm glad you like that. And I really appreciate you you sharing and recommending my work. I really appreciate that. That kind of stuff goes so far. And I'll mention it here now. It's later in the stream, probably a whole different demographic here now than what we started with. I'm looking for reviews on my Google page, and every review left there gets entered for a giveaway in a couple weeks' time. Giveaway for a free knife. So if you go to google.com or google.ca, you just search KN Knives. Let's take a second here and let me just show you. Let me turn you around. Okay, so all I did was Google KN Knives, and right over here to the side pops my KN Knives business platform. And you can see right here, I have reviews. I'm looking for more reviews. So for someone like Richter, who owns and has experience with KN Knives, you could leave a Google review right there, and I would really appreciate it, and it would get you an entrance to win a new knife. So if you have experience, personal experience with a KN Knives product, I would love for you to leave a review on there. It would be great. Again, that's on the Google business page there to the side. Don't go to my website. Although you should go to my website and sign up for the mailing list. Everyone now who signs up to the mailing list automatically gets a 10% off code emailed to them. You might want to take advantage of that if you've been thinking about purchasing a KN Knives product. Thanks for all the comments there on the Dutch Bushcraft guys. I'm gonna have to check them out. I think I might have watched them a bit like years ago, way back. Sean, have you ever considered selling a few knife blanks? Yeah, I have. It's something I would do. I've got a few here now to build for a guy who likes woodworking and really wants to build his own handle, but he's not set up for the actual knife work. I'm building and heat treating a few blanks for him. Stephen, the Tuckamore. Oh, I'm glad you like that mountain camo bake apple. Isn't that a beautiful material? Spectraply is just really beautiful. It's well stabilized, just nice stuff to work with as well. Thanks for the note. C note. Oh, you're gonna get that parking soon, yeah? In that Spark, man, that is funny. Looks like we might have a couple Cletus guys. That's great. That's great. We have a Tuckamore here. This is beautiful. This is in a saber grind compared to the Scandi grind. We've got a blue curly maple here, almost like a luminescence to it. You can see how the light is kicking up the finish there when you get a certain way in the light. And then a natural curly maple back here. A couple black G10 spacers. This is just a beautiful piece if you're looking. None of these I'm showing you have made it to the website yet. Like I said, some of them are already sold. That blue one is available. And then we have a Warrior here. The Warrior, for your information, is the biggest knife model I make. It's in full 3/16. Look at that polished tang. Roughly 1.5 inches deep, 3/16. Wears like a medium flat grind, a saber grind. Forged finish, mild swedge at the front. This is just a beast of a knife. Plenty of hook in the rear. And if you added a pinky lander too, this is a full-on chopper if you wanted. Would make a great big game processing knife with all of this nose sweep up front. And this one is wearing, I believe this is this is a black walnut here, a mammoth tooth inlay. Or no, this is mammoth tusk, not molar. And then a desert tan back here in the rear, a G10. Just a beautiful, beautiful knife. Available, but you'd have to email me at this point if you're looking for one of those. Chris, The family is doing great. Everyone's healthy. Everyone's happy. No issues, no big issues like that. We're just having a great start to our year. Great start to our year. Scott, which one you calling, buddy? I'm a little bit behind on the comments. I might have missed it here. C note, that tradesman G10. Let's Stephen, did you just call my live stream boring? Is that what you're getting at? That's funny if so. If you want that tradesman in G10, make it happen, man. Jeter, trying to grow your knife sharpening business. Any advice on advertising? You do good work. Okay, if you do good work, and you don't mind putting yourself out there, social media is the way to go. And I would advise picking a platform somewhere that you're comfortable with, some location you're comfortable with. I would advise getting on there and building an account for yourself. Building an account and just start pushing content. Show that your work is good. Show people, prove it. $1 an inch. It really depends. How fast are you working? How good is your work? This might be something best if you want to email me, kyle@np-inc.ca. We could talk about it. I've talked to a few guys through this process before. Sean Pepin, you'll buy that big boy, the Warrior? Email me, man. Email me. Let's make it happen. Again, kyle@np-inc.ca. And let's get it set up. Anyone here now who sees any of this work on the table and you're interested, go ahead and email me, and we can see if we can set it up. If it's not available, we can build it perhaps again. If we can access the materials, we can get you something like it. Let's see. This very beautiful piece in motion here. This is a Ariel. If you want, I can send you that. I can send you that link later. If you just shoot me an email and ask me for that link, I will send it to you so you can go to the page so you know you're leaving it in the right spot. I'm not able to grab it here now during the stream, but this is a buck 110. And a cool story. First off, it's a very beautiful buck 110. It's done with spine filing, full length tang filing. It's a standard 110. Beautiful set of scales, but it is my dad's first piece. My dad's working more closely with me here again right now, and I'm walking him through the process of building custom buck 110s. So I had a run to do here. 3 or 4 belonging to a couple different clients, and I stock these as well. You know, I have a shelf full of brand new basic buck 110s, and I said, grab one out of the shelf, shadow me as I go through. As I do the step, you can watch me do it with 3 or 4 knives, then you'll follow in behind with your knife. So far the only thing that he hasn't done with this one is the tang filing. That takes a level of precision that and a level of confidence that, you know, one little slip, one little off move, and the knife is basically garbage, right? You can't sell it with, you know, totally uneven grind marks in the tang filing or that type of thing. But this beauty is going to be for public sale when it's done. It'll be posted on the site. If one of you is interested in buying this piece just for its sentimental significance or what it means to the shop here, you can email me. But this is going to be beautiful. This is a lovely burl here. You can see it's still all cured up. This epoxy has gone like glass now. So these will be grinded up probably Monday morning. very, very excited for that, and I know he's excited as well. You know, he had to go out of town. We finished these up, gluing them up on Thursday evening, and on Friday we were supposed to come down and grind them, hand finish them, and of course he was going to do all that work himself. And it ended up that he messaged me Thursday night. He said, I got bad news, I got to go out of town for Friday. So Friday morning he messaged, he says, are you at the shop? You better not have ground in my knife. He just really, really wanted to take it. And I don't blame him. I wouldn't have done that to him. He really wanted to take it to the end finish, of course, by himself. He's taken it this far. Oak Ridge, shoot me an email, man. Chris, thank you. I'm glad you like the 110s. Shoot me an email, Kyle at NP-Inc. NP is for Noseworthy Productions, if you're ever wondering. NP-Inc. So that's Noseworthy Productions Incorporated is my official business name. And then K and Knives would be a brand or an operating company beneath the umbrella of NPI. That's where the NPI comes in. Blue Dog, hey, from California. I hope you're doing okay down there. Looks pretty gnarly. A lot of mess from up here, what I can see, but you never get a real good picture of the entirety of the state, what's going on there. Elijah, my father is great. He's willing to, when there's something that he doesn't know, and something like this, you know, is such a niche skill set, a niche craft, that he's more than willing. Actually, he loves this work that I do here. He loves knife making. He gets such joy out of, you know, working through the steps with me, and we just have a great time here. Got some good muffs on, some good tunes. We have a lot of fun. Doug, I see I missed 1 second. Okay, so you sent that back to Buck. I think I remember, Doug, you mentioned to me that you were going to do that. It's great that they have a service like that. Really, really cool. Sino, is it possible to get a custom inlay instead of the Mammoth? Would be cool to have Newfie granite in the handle. Rock is really hard to work with. Really hard to work with. You need a special set of tooling and belts, really. I actually there's a company or a business in Newfoundland called Myers Minerals, and they basically do everything from stone, from jewelry and pendants and earrings and ornaments and figurines, and it's made from labradorite and all this stuff. And my good friend Ray used to work there and kind of lead it, I think, for a number of years. So I got to go in and see the shop and see the tooling, and it requires a very specialized set of tooling to process rock. Very specialized set of tooling. You can't do much with it. Either it fractures or it doesn't do anything, you know, unless you have just the right set. Ariel, I'm glad you found it, buddy. Hey, Tavis. Thanks again, Tavis, for your Google review. I really appreciate that, buddy. Again, we're looking for Google reviews. If you head to Google, search KN Knives, and then my business profile will pop up over on the side, you know, like businesses do. And you can leave reviews there. If you own a KN Knives product, or if you have experience with, if you've owned, held, currently own, used to own a KN Knives product, I'd love to have a review from you. Brad, thanks, buddy, for sending an email in. Chris, thanks so much, man. Thanks so much. I really love what I do. I really love trying to improve on my craft. More of the right decisions to bringing you a better product and better service. That's a big thing that I'm trying to do this year is better service, better service. Less delay on emails, less delay on shipping, less delay on custom builds, you know, better turnaround times for restorations. Customer service is really one of my big goals in the front this year. Tavis, good question. Was the bake apple your first knife pattern? Yes, my first production pattern. You can actually, the beauty of YouTube, you can actually go back now. Just 1 second. I meant to sit with this guitar just to be cool for the thumbnail, but then it didn't work out that way. I just had it down there at the shop. This is an old little cheapo I bought a couple months ago, and I just did a tune on it, refiling. I cut down the saddle, new set of strings here. But as I was saying, this is one of the very first bake apples, and with the beauty of YouTube, you can go back and watch when I did my very first knife production run back in late 2017, early 2018 maybe. I did my first production run. I numbered these 1 through 10. And let me give this a wipe as it's sitting with some oil and dirt on it. This is numero uno. Number 1, satin grind, Newfoundland juniper scales. This is number 1 of 10. Excuse me, the very first bake apple to roll off the line to production. And I have not changed dimensions or pattern since this knife was made. And there are people in this stream right now who own some of the other numbers, 2 through 10. I know there are people here in this stream that are still following, that have watched 2 through, or that have owned 2 through 10, which is pretty fantastic that you've been around here this long. And the coolness of media like this, that you can go back now and watch that build series, the very first production run of the bake apple. Isn't that cool? Do you starbond all wooden scale defects like knots? Only if needed. I won't often feel like if I have a burrow with the tiniest of pinholes, if it's a really mixy burrow, like you just give me 1 second there now. I have a beautiful, this is another Takamore here, again with a Scandi grind. This is such a beautiful knife, but this is in a purple box elder burrow. Ton of figuring on this piece, but this is, a really high figured, gnarly looking burrow. And so there are a few pinholes, pits. See if you can see in the light there. You can kind of see the light catching in a couple spots. There are a few pinholes, and I just don't see the need to fill every one of those. I kind of like that, actually. The little touches of void just adds to the beauty of that figuring, in my opinion. And the wood is stabilized anyway, so it's not like it's a problem, Scott, shoot me an email, buddy. Let's get this figured out, man. Oh, my phone just said disconnected and live. So I'm not sure if the stream just ended and I've lost you. An internet drop there or what? Hopefully not. Let me know if you lost me or if it was just a moment of buffering or something. Oh, Steven, the whole reason you came to my channel was through a Buck 110 build. That's really cool. Jade, hey. Ariel, I'm glad you like the little bit of surface character. Agreed, Tavis. Yep. Okay, still good. Whew. I was worried for a minute, although we're going to shut this down pretty soon. We'll give it the 10 minutes. Give it the hour. Going so good here. Oh, Scott. That's very cool. Very cool. I hope that I can help you out. John, you made it. I was waiting for your name to pop up there, buddy. I was waiting for your name to pop up there. I know you've missed the last couple and you've been sorry about it. So I say, if he doesn't make this one, that's great. Taking the wife out for dinner is much more important. Steven, I am a lefty, but it's probably just looks, I'm guessing you're asking because the guitar looks the wrong side. I play, the only thing I do with my left hand is like handwrite, as print. If I were to use a pair of scissors, I use my right hand. This is my right hand. It's probably reversed for you guys, right? So, regarding instruments, I play just a standard right-handed guitar. John, how did that dinner go, buddy? Tell us about it. Do you have something good to eat? Brian, thanks so much for tuning in, buddy. You enjoy your evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks for stopping in, and thanks for that review. Yeah, Ariel, I'm sure a channel like Dutch Bushcraft Knives would be some great... I do have a plan this year to expand my marketing by using some social influencers, and not necessarily to go hunting for knife channels or things like that to hand out product to. It would be people that I see have already been supporting the brand, who have been kind to me, who like the products. In my opinion, those are the people that deserve the support, you know. People like Richter. I don't know if Richter's still here. Richter was here earlier in the stream, and Richter has showed loads of content. I've seen shorts and pictures and reels, I think, and YouTube videos, reviews of my stuff. Richter, you know, those types of things go a long way for a brand like I have here. Word of mouth, that review type thing really goes a long way. So I think someone like that, who's already put in the work, and I have not given anything to Richter. I don't know if he's been given the knives he has, or if he's purchased them all from me directly. Sometimes it's a little hard to keep track of memory-wise, but, you know, he hasn't come once and asked for, you know, can I have some free product? You know, I'll promote your product if you just give me some free stuff. That doesn't work. Doesn't work well. In all of my years, you know, I've been on YouTube for a long time, and I've got to work with a lot of really cool companies, marketed for a lot of cool companies, still do. And I've built some great relationships like that, and the best ones, the best relationships I've had in that way are people that I already use their products. They're already a part of my life. I love the product, and just this relationships, I was already marketing for them, you know, like DeWalt, for example. When I got to work with DeWalt, I had a bunch of DeWalt tools, all bought with my own hard-earned money. I loved their products, die-hard DeWalt, and that worked into a relationship somewhat organically, if I remember. and it just worked well. They kind of honored the fact that I was already part of their brand and already working for them without compensation. So why not, give this guy a budget and let him push some more tools for us. Let him play with some more stuff on camera and see where it goes. Those are the best influencer relationships that I've had. I really, really like that type of thing. Ariel, absolutely. Oh, Stephen, Tanglewood, nice. Yeah, Richter does some good stuff. I like him. I like his persona. He's cool. Chris, your son is asking the name brand of his guitar. This is a Yamaha. This is a pretty cheap Yamaha. I went there probably mid-fall, October, November, something like that. I took an interest in luthier work. And I said, I would really love to be able to, work on guitars. I've been playing guitar for years, never really dabbled into anything in terms of setup. So I started studying, started researching, and I started bought a couple tools. I made several tools, that type of thing, luthier work. And then I posted on the local classifieds here, looking for real cheap beater guitars, half assembled, broken, whatever, for next to no money, so that I could work on them, practice my luthier skills with very little risk on the table, That's how I usually like to do it. And so I got this guitar. I think I paid $100 for it. It's a Yamaha F325. It's not a whole lot of money, brand new. It's maybe $300 or $400 brand new. It's I believe Meranti construction, so just like a cheap plywood construction, but it's a dreadnought, so it still has lots of bottom. And with a good setup, like I've been able to put a good setup on a new set of strings, a good setup, lowered the action, straightened the neck, little truss rod adjustment, and it's a beauty guitar. Just a fine little guitar. Just fine for here at the shop on a stand or... It sounds all right with the new strings on it, nice and crispy, pretty responsive. I was impressed. My wife gave me a new guitar for Christmas, a brand new Godin made in Canada. Beautiful, a Godin, Godin. It's pronounced Godin, but a Godin, made in Canada. Solid top, just a beautiful, beautiful handcrafted guitar. Search them up, the Godin Metropolis I have. Really, really nice. I'm excited about that. Yeah, Stephen, there's something nice about having a guitar that's not, like my new Godin wasn't an outrageously expensive guitar, but I think it was closing in on the $1,500 mark, and that's just expensive enough where you don't just want to leave it standing up against the wall or against the window or something with kids running around or pets running around. It takes a little bit of the fun out of it. Although it plays so beautifully, it sounds so nice, I would most often still grab for the cheapo because I can throw it against the wall when I run to the bathroom, or I can sit with a coffee and drink my coffee and, Father and son outdoors. Hope your driving was good, buddy. Don't ask for free, Bert. Come on, man. You can't be serious. Nice, Jade. Nice. Yeah, Stephen, that's the beautiful thing. Some scratches and a bit of sand inside. That's the fun thing. I picked up one of, not this one, but another beater I have just today, and I gave it a shake, and it's just what is inside? And I start shaking it, you know, and working the stuff out. And my kids had like scraps in there and a bunch of buckles. Some kid must have sat down and just started feeding little hair clips in there. Just something else. But let's close out this stream here, guys. It's been so much fun having you guys here today. Just a big crew, tons of likes. I really appreciate it. I can see, I haven't refreshed it in a while, but I can see there's been one Google review left since this stream started. That's one entry to win a brand new knife. Chris, who left that review, you just might win a new knife. Again, if you want to leave a review, if you're familiar with my products, go to Google, google.ca, google.com, search KN Knives, and what pops up right to the side, the business page for KN Knives, you can leave a review there. Every review left there gets entered. In a couple weeks' time, I'm going to draw out of those. You know, if there's 20 reviews, 30 reviews, that's the thing. There's not likely going to be 1 out of 1,000 picked. It's probably going to be 1 out of a few dozen or something like that. Hopefully we can get that many. So, good chance of winning if you can head over there. So thanks for hanging out tonight. Thanks so much. Have a great rest of their weekend. Agreed, Chris. Check out KyleNoseworthy.com or knknives.ca. Both those emails take you to my website. You'll see my available products. Check out the new website. Sign up for the mailing list. You'll get a 10% off discount code emailed to you. Kyle at np-inc.ca is my email. If you want to email for any of the products shown in this video, restoration work, a customs request to build you a custom knife, anything like that, or just to chat. You got something you're going through? I'd love to chat. Thanks for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Looking forward to a brand new week. Have a great Sabbath tomorrow, guys. We'll see you. We'll see you in the new week.